Lacrosse is the fastest growing sport in the country.
One of the few sports where your school can play in front of 50,000 people.
Seeing the doors that it can open for our young men, it's pretty special.
There couldn't be anything more great than college lacrosse.
Youth movement across the country, from coaches recruiting in different areas, from California all the way to the East Coast. East Coast has been more prevalent, but now it's expanded from the Midwest, Ohio, Michigan, Tennessee, and Texas, all the way out to California. So it's been a huge growth spurt.
The best areas in Long Island or Maryland or upstate New York, they have years and generations of people that played at a high level coaching, and there's also a culture of that sport. Now we're starting to see that in California, we're starting to see that in Florida, we're starting to see that in Texas, where you're getting not just the first, you're getting a second generation, now a third generation.
There's certainly more kids playing every year, which has made it exciting and has made recruiting a little different.
On the recruiting side, that acceleration has really increased here in the last couple of years.
Recruiting certainly is completely different now than it used to be. What we do in the summers, we used to go out and work camps and just see kids, through our travels and working different camps, and now we go sit in lawn chairs and watch kids week after week.
It's good for the game. It's gone from coast to coast now, and we're finding as good a kids in the West Coast as we are in the East.
Hi, my name is Matt McElroy from Westfield, New Jersey.
I'm Turner Upgren.
Hey, I'm George Upgren,
and we're from Stillwater, Minnesota.
My name's Sean Van Sickle from Hermosa Beach, California.
You're looking for the top 10, 15 kids who have developed, who have the skill set, who have the size. They know that there's only 64, 65 Division I programs that have Division I lacrosse. So I think at the end of the day, they're looking at 650 spots when there's thousands of kids playing the game.
The reality is that at some schools, hey, you're looking at 2 attack spots, and once one kid commits, everybody knows that school has one more spot.
There's only a few spots at these Division I places, and it's not about the scholarships, it's about the spots. Everybody wants these coveted spots.
Showtime is definitely the biggest recruiting thing that I've ever been to. I never thought I'd be here.
Showtime's like a really big event for me. It's really big.
Having the opportunity to play with those caliber players in front of those caliber coaches is unbelievable.
You look around, you see Notre Dame, you see Syracuse, you see Johns Hopkins, you see Cornell, you see Princeton. These are the best institutions in the world.
Pretty nervous. I'm so jittery. Definitely nervous.
You come to Maverick Showtime, there's no place to hide. You play on one field. All eyes are on you.
Welcome to the Maverick Showtime Lacrosse All-Star Game.
Hi, my name is Nigel Andrews. I'm from Harlem, New York. I'm going to be a sophomore. I want to play with college lacrosse pretty bad. It's my dream. I mean, ever since, third grade, fourth grade, I've been watching all these schools on TV playing lacrosse and hoping I could get a chance to play with them or like them and somebody else watching me on TV.
Raise your hand if you want to play college lacrosse.
I'm Richie Lenskold, and I'm from Bridgewater Raritan High School in New Jersey. I'm a rising junior.
I've been fortunate enough to have lacrosse a big part of my life. I grew up playing in Yorktown. I went to Syracuse University. I've been able to play a little professional lacrosse when I was younger, and I coached high school lacrosse. I have instructional camps, and I have this Maverick Showtime event. In addition to being a lacrosse analyst for ESPN, I've seen the game change. When I grew up, you played lacrosse in the Northeast, you played it in the Mid-Atlantic, or you didn't play. I remember when I was at Syracuse, we had a kid on our team from California, and we kind of laughed at him. thought, like, who's this surfer coming to play lacrosse at Syracuse? Well, the game has changed.
I'm a face-off midfielder.
I'm trying to use lacrosse as a tool to get to the best school I can go to. The goal is to go to an Ivy League school. I know that after lacrosse, after college, I'm probably not going to go into MLL, and even if I do, that's not the goal. I'm trying to get a great job coming out.
8th grade was when I decided to give everything I have to this. Over a decade later, and lacrosse is the friends, the memories, the lessons, the opportunities. Guys, I'm telling you, these 3 days, you are going to leave here with friends, you're going to leave here with memories, you're going to leave here with lessons, and if you focus on what you can do, you will leave here with opportunities.
Maverick Showtime is a unique opportunity for the best players in the country to come together in one setting, one environment, to push each other to be the very best. It's a group made up of 165 rising sophomores, 165 rising juniors, kids from all different geographical areas across the country. Of kids from the state of Washington, California, state of Texas, Florida, Mid-Atlantic, East Coast states as well. Just an incredible opportunity, I think, for all of these kids really to test what type of game they have against the nation's best, because in the past, I mean, lacrosse was a sport where it was Mid-Atlantic and Northeast kids playing the game, and that has drastically changed. And some of the best players I'm seeing are from the West Coast, from the heartland of America, and it's just unbelievable to see, even over the duration of our 6 years having this event, how it's changed from a player standpoint. It's amazing.
Too much lunging on him.
Wow.
My name is Colin Smith, and I'm from Westchester, New York, going into sophomore year.
Go!
Find out how each other's, what's your guys' strengths, weaknesses, work off each other, so we can, carry that on, further in the week.
I think Princeton is my dream school. Cornell's a nice one, UVA. I have high standards.
Guys, right away we see that, let's say that's your #1 pole, right? Get him to the crease. Get him out from up top. Take him to the crease. All right? Coach, you're going inside left. All right, here, left.
My name is Joe Morgan. I'm from Jamesville, DeWitt, New York. I'm gonna be a junior next year.
Can anyone rock that shirt better than you?
I haven't seen anybody else with it on in my whole entire life. I actually picked this up at a thrift shop, so whoever rocked it before me definitely couldn't rock it because he had to turn it back, so I don't think so.
I got him. I'm lost. Let's just say, for all intents and purposes, I don't catch the ball, crow hop and shoot. Oh wow, you got a whip and a hat. I'm already crow hopping before I catch it, right? Crow hops before, right? Change it up, okay? All right, let's go.
Yo, someone's got to go.
All right, we just realized that Charlie can shoot from 15 and in. All right, so don't be afraid to bang it to him on a skip. All right. When you guys started, playing together, bang, good stuff started happening. All right, I like it. Good stuff. Good stuff, man.
I'm not really from like a really successful family. My dad being from Africa, he wasn't really okay with me taking the lacrosse route, try to get to college. I really want to prove to him that what I'm doing is really something that can get me to the next level in the future.
Division I lacrosse is really hard.
We've seen higher expectations, higher pressure.
If you're at Michigan, you're expected to win championships.
I don't think there's any coach that's won a national championship that didn't have outstanding talent. It is an arms race between the programs to get the best players.
The biggest thing for us when we look out there at young kids is athleticism.
We're looking for selfless young men.
Number one, are they separating from their defender?
Guys that are willing to put the needs of the team before their own needs.
How quick are their feet?
We're looking for disciplined young men.
We're constantly looking for size, athleticism, footwork, change of direction.
Guys that are going to be able to manage the challenge of playing lacrosse at the highest level, as well as studying at the highest level.
Agility, ability to run the ball upfield.
And we're looking for guys who are going to be courageous, guys that are willing to take chances intelligently and especially react to adversity in the right way.
It's a job. It's a 4-year, 12-month commitment, because if you don't do it, someone else is going to come in and take your job.
Where's my tackle? My tackle the next really quick. Tack guys, run, quick. Guys, hold on. Cover.
My uncle actually took me to a lacrosse game when I was in 3rd grade.
Very close family friends of ours, who's his godfather. Big UVA fan.
Actually a UVA, I think Johns Hopkins Final Four game.
And he says, why don't you come to this game? His 2 sons, who are older than Nigel, played lacrosse in Montclair.
We got to sit in like the big fancy booth up in the top of the stadium.
So Nigel said, yeah, I want to go because,
mostly because
friends.
the older boys are there. And
Sam and Jackson were going, and he said, okay, I want to go because they're going to be there.
I just remember watching the game and thinking, I want to play this and I think I could be good at this.
And they had a lacrosse stick and the ball, and they were throwing it, around, in the suite because we were, in the stadium. And he says, I want to play this game.
Be ready to go. Hey, you're hot. Let's take Nigel.
My dad looked to see if there was any lacrosse programs near or in the city.
He's played lacrosse in the city and in the surrounding areas, since 3rd, 4th grade.
He found Doc's NYC Lacrosse, and I started playing that, and I just took off from there.
If everybody gets touches, everybody here gets more looks that way. Play good team ball. There's 1,000 people that can dodge down the alley and shoot. You're going to meet that no matter where you are in the country. Not everybody, though, is willing to play team ball, especially off-ball movement. I told you 24 is going to be unstoppable. All right, so we have to keep utilizing that, but we have to do a better job in between the lines. I think we got out-ground balled a little bit. But overall, it was a great first game. You guys are going to start feeling comfortable with one another on this. Just remember, we don't have to be fancy. There's nothing better than the fundamentals. And when you do the fundamentals and you do them fast, that's how you win lacrosse games, whether you're from Georgia, California, or Long Island. It doesn't matter.
Actually, when I was little, that was always my dream to play football at Rutgers. Growing up, I always watched Ray Rice, and as I was a running back, and I wanted to be the next Ray Rice.
Coming on!
When I started playing in 8th grade, it was supposed to be an experiment, just to see how I like it, and I just haven't put my stick down since. I just love the game, and playing in college I see my brother doing it. It's a lot of hard work, but it's also so rewarding and so fun. My older brother is a face-off midfielder as well as at Rutgers University. I don't have one specific school, but I really want to go to a great academic school that's close to home.
1, 2, 3.
Right, team 6.
Good D. Now go. Stick it. Nice.
Roll back. Pressing out on that. Cut through. That way you can replace it.
I started playing lacrosse when I was about 5. I decided to get serious about lacrosse in about 7th grade. That's when it really took off for me, and I started training really hard and just really looking what I should do to get recruited. Well, the whole thing about goalies, it's all head games. Once you get past that, it's not as hard as you think. It's just about calming down and really just playing. And there's always more important things in life than just lacrosse, but yeah, it's one of my priorities.
The level of team play out here for guys who are rising sophomores on the first day playing with teammates you've never played with before is pretty impressive. So I think you use that as a foundation, as a platform, and you take it to another level. No one cares about goals and assists. No one watching you is tracking goals and assists. People are tracking good lacrosse plays. Good lacrosse plays are sometimes double hockey assists, ground balls. It's stopping a guy who's getting top side on you and recovering. It's communicating. It's doing all those little things. It's all about good lacrosse plays. It's not goals, assists. It's not any of that. And you know, ultimately at the end of the day, you just want to position yourself to make everyone around you better, and then you look like the king. It works for me, right? Be the king. I'll see you guys. Be good.
Position are you?
I'm a goaltender. Well, I started out in first grade playing attack, but I was always a big chubby kid that wasn't good, so they just threw me in net, and it was just my perfect home. I'm a goalie that really feeds off my defense and feeds off chemistry. I have an older sister. She just graduated this year. She's going to Albany College of Pharmacy, and she's another person I also want to prove that I can be successful as well. Like, I kind of grew up in her shadow.
Going into tomorrow, we know there weren't a ton of coaches here watching today's games, but now going
Tomorrow's
into
a big
tomorrow,
day, fellas.
come back. You know, this was a good start for us. Get used to playing with each other. Now the big time starts tomorrow.
When the bass drops. Not yet. You're like, hey,
I think to play in the All-Star game together, that would be like awesome. But I mean, right now, I think we were just talking about it. We're having so much fun right now, just hanging out, playing, and like right now, it seems like everyone here is playing well. Like everyone's really good, so I mean, that just adds to all the fun. My two best friends, one's probably gonna play Division I baseball, and the other one's probably gonna play Division I basketball. And they gave me a lot of stuff about how, since I picked the cross up so like fast, I've only been playing for like 3 years, that like anyone can play. But I don't think they realize like the level of competition it is and like the commitment. Like kids all around like mainland United States have sticks. So I mean, I don't think they realize how much the sport has grown, and it just keeps doing it.
So when you look at your son, are you looking at an athlete first or a student first?
In his life, he's had so many adversities. I mean, in 8th grade, he literally shattered his kidney playing football. I mean, he was in ICU for 12 days. We thought he was going to lose his kidney. And, you know, he recovered from that. And, you know, he was homeschooled for 3 months. And, you know, he's just a kid that always persevered. He was a very, very good baseball player. And when he decided to go to lacrosse, I mean, I'll never forget this. It was 11 o'clock at night in December. My spotlights are on. And I'm like, wow, you know, what's going on? And there's probably an inch of ice on the grass. And he's out there practicing lacrosse on top of this ice. And I'm like, this kid's crazy. It's 11 o'clock at night, and he's working on a shot.
Oh, there it goes. Hopefully
that's not good.
Hey, no, I'd rather from the trip, nice and cooling.
Everybody on the team has this bag, so it gets kind of confusing when you're trying to pack up after a game. Yeah, I think there's about 10, maybe, guys from my team here. When I play well, I try to kind of do the same things I did before. Like maybe
like double dot?
No, maybe I'd put my left glove on first or something, or my right cleat on first. It's like weird things like that. Well, sometimes I'd wear like the same like compression shorts for like at Deerfield. If I played in a game and I played well, or if I got a goal, I'd try to wear those same like compression shorts as I did that game. It's kind of nasty, but
Wait, did you wash them or no?
no.
That's Frank.
Last year at Maverick Showtime, we had 49 of the top 50 Division I lacrosse schools. This year, I think we're gonna have 50 for 50, and then even more. If you go down the ranks, even some top D3 schools will be here.
You're gonna get looks no matter where you play, and just being here is such a great experience.
One of my coaches from Docks, when I was in 8th grade, he told my mom that I should look into boarding schools because lacrosse in the city isn't that good.
We said no, and probably a little
bit more emphatically than no.
I know I started looking and actually really liked the boarding schools other than just the lacrosse part of it.
We kind of listened to him a little bit more and talked to some other of his friends who were also played lacrosse in the city, and they were going to boarding school. And we said, well, we'll take a look.
Right.
And
still kind of said take a look, but more, we'll take a look just to kind of appease you. But we have no intention of letting you go to boarding school. It was kind of, the conversation that we were having, together.
Right.
I looked at like Hotchkiss, Choate, Taft.
But once, his friends told him more about it, he got more enthusiastic about it. Once we started to really investigate the schools, go visit the schools, visit the teachers, see the environment, the environment, how happy, a lot of the kids were there, we started to buy in as well.
My friend actually told me about Deerfield, and I visited, and I felt at home.
At the end of the day, he found that Deerfield was a place that, he felt most comfortable. And now looking back on it, it was...
I couldn't even imagine any other decision, honestly.
It was by far the right place for him.
He said goodbye, and he really hasn't looked back. We probably had the hardest time.
It was much more traumatic
truthfully,
for us,
than he
too.
did.
Let's get it back, guys. That's the difference. That's it. Pick it up.
On the spin. Go, go, go! Ball. For AJ.
Move the ball.
Get on.
My dad doesn't really go to my games. And my mom moved out, so basically I've just been living with me and my sister alone in our house, so it's been really tough.
Yo, Rich, good body, baby, good body.
Yo, we got numbers. Got numbers. Move it. Push it one more.
I'm named after my uncle who passed away right before I was born, and he played at Ohio State. On my helmet, I put a little tape, it's even on here now, that says his initials, and which are mine too. I try to play for him. For school, I wear his number. All my brothers do, so it's important.
When you recruit a young man, the initial look is out on the field. Do you think he can play? But then we have to go back and say, has he written us? Has he shown some sort of interest? Because we're not going to recruit every kid that can play out there. They're just not all going to come.
There's the on-field evaluation, all the other factors that go into recruiting a kid. His personal maturity, his academic maturity.
The athletic evaluation is what it is, but the academic piece of it is so important.
We're not afraid to make an offer if we feel like it's the perfect person. We look for character number one, student number two, and ability to play number three.
And then we get to the most important part, which is people. Recruiting lacrosse players has been proved over and over again to be the wrong way to go about this business. Recruiting lacrosse players that are good people is the right way to go, and you have to mix that in. They have to go to school. Lacrosse is still a sport where you have to You have to graduate and have to do the right things.
The initial attraction is what you see on the field. But if we do our homework and our coaching staff gets a chance to meet the student athlete and their parents and also get some background information academically, whether it's the first year, second year, SATs, and are able to make a pretty educated decision on making an offer, we would.
Well, we want them to have grown up quite a bit. We want them to have learned a lot about leadership and teamwork. And more than anything, we want them prepared for the next stage of their life.
I think you know when a young man is the right fit after you meet him, once you've evaluated him, and then after you meet him and his family and find out that they buy into all the right things, which is academics, being good people, and giving back to the community.
I feel academics are ahead. I say that because if I go to a big-time lacrosse school, I'm going to be spending a lot of my time playing lacrosse. How I feel about the lacrosse program is really important in my decision, but academically, like looking past college, I feel that's much more important than the lacrosse program.
So it has to be the right fit for him, socially, academically, athletically, all things combined. But lacrosse is not going to be the dominating factor.
And in his future career, he also realizes, okay,
he has to make a living.
Yeah, he has to make some sort of living, and
right.
Lacrosse, making a living out of lacrosse is not likely. I mean, maybe if he decides he wants to be a coach somewhere and does that, but other than that, I mean,
right.
pretty much has to hang up lacrosse
exactly.
gear and move on to something else.
Exactly.
It's really hard to get like a solid chunk of money and a good scholarship, so it's not a big deal. It's more about like going to college than playing lacrosse. Anyway, academics are important.
I mean, I'd definitely come out and try to work harder to get where I want to be lacrosse-wise, but also go home and realize that grades are really important too, and there's stuff beyond lacrosse.
Everybody here, their dream is to play in college, and I mean, D1's just a name. College education is a lifetime.
Eat that, Will!
You gotta be a kid that works regardless of what's behind you, what's in front of you, or what's in the current state of your life. I want kids to capture the moment and to understand that every time they step on the field, their character comes into question, because character coincides with work ethic.
What separates somebody in a positive way is not just their talent, but how hard they're playing all the time, how they interact with their teammates, how smart they are, the decisions they're making, the way they're talking. If you're not doing those things, if you're not hustling all the time, that's a way to get yourself crossed off as well, no matter how talented you are.
Sideline behavior is critical in the evaluation of our prospective student athletes. I think it's one of the most difficult things to evaluate and to quantify, but I think all coaches are keeping a close eye on what these young men are doing on the sidelines, how they're interacting with their teammates and their coaches, because that's going to be an indicator of what you might be getting down the line.
Anyone who's going to talk back to a coach, anyone who will talk back to the referee, it's one thing to be upset with a call because you're a competitor. It's another thing to be disrespectful to an official, and even another thing to be disrespectful to your coach. For example, we watch attackmen. If they don't ride hard, we'll cross them off the list.
One of the things that a lot of kids don't realize is that they're constantly being evaluated when they're at these things. So if we see something that, whether it's in a game or when they're walking back to their car with their parents, that might raise some question about their character, what kind of person they are, we're choosing between a lot of really talented players. We're going to take the ones that don't have those questions whenever we can.
It would mean a lot to me to get an offer. I think that would be the coolest thing, to just be able to have that weight off your shoulders, I'm done for a while. I mean, you still have to work and go to camps, but there's not any pressure anymore. From what I've heard, it's lacrosse 365, so I mean, it'll be tough, but I think it'll be really fun.
Well, my dream has always been Syracuse because I grew up in Syracuse. But right now, I really want to go to UAlbany, or I want to go to St. John's for the pharmaceutical program they have there.
It would be a dream come true. I don't know. I'd be happy. I'd be nervous. I don't know. I'd be proud, and I try to play the best lacrosse I can play.
When my dream school calls, that's just an awesome moment, and honestly, I'd be pretty speechless at first, and really excited. I'd talk to my parents, talk to my coach about it, but honestly, like, I want to get this over with. Because with all like this early recruiting stuff, like, I'm not a fan because I've only been playing for like 2-3 years, and I feel like I still have a lot of growth left in me, but it's just tiring, like a lot of work, and it would be nice to know where you're going so you could just work hard to get on the field there.
We really want them to go visit other schools, take other visits, get to know other schools, because ultimately when they make their decision to come to Michigan, I want them to know it, and the only way they're going to know it is if they've compared it. And I'm confident if they've compared it that, you know, we're going to have a pretty good shot.
Once you make a decision to come here and we want you, that's the beginning. It's not the end that, okay, I'm going to Harvard and, you know, everything is done. That to me is the beginning. That should be the motivator, and that should light your fire even more to work even harder in school, in lacrosse, be a great member of your community because you have this tangible opportunity to attend Harvard.
I've won championships, and those are far less satisfying than watching that transformation of our student athletes from the time they get there to the time they leave and beyond, and seeing what kind of men they turn into, what kind of families they have, what they do in their lives. That's really what's most satisfying about this.
You go to school and it's like normal school, but then you come back and you're living in a house with like 30 of your best friends, and it's kind of cool. I like it.
I mean, I think you're describing college lacrosse too, so.
That's good, because Deerfield's fun.
Is it all guys school?
No. No, they're girls also.
Yeah, how's that?
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I don't know, I don't really think I can go to an all-boys school. I know, I'd get too tired of guys. I don't know.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I don't right now. I used to. Actually, I remember when I had a girlfriend, I think one of my friends like called her and pretended to be me, and he like said something like really obnoxious and something, and she got mad at me, and yeah, I was mad at him for
so
a
your
while.
friend totally hooking that up.
Yeah, so that happens a lot though, so you can't be too mad. I actually had a pretty nice goal the first night. I kind of like toe dragged somebody, and I finished in close, so it felt good, and everybody was patting me on the back saying it was a nice goal.
I think the practice was pretty bad for me, and my second game didn't make a single save.
Nice move. Nice move.
I think my third game had about 13-minute stretch of a shutout, at least 5, 6, maybe 7 saves. It was pretty nice. Felt good.
Everyone's just ripping shots at me because I was getting down on myself, and then it was like right stick side high from the box, and I just went in. I was like, God, kill me. I was so pissed.
Towards the end there, our last game, we were down by quite a few, and I won a couple face-offs and we took the lead, so that was definitely an awesome moment. I didn't do as well as I wanted to the game before that, but I think I came back strong, so I think I'm playing all right, but I know I can play better.
You should grab a sun hat and all things. I had to grab my phone. You know, there's some rays outside there. That noise that you heard is the fire alarm. You hear that alarm again, leave the building immediately. Failure to leave the building when a fire alarm sounds is punishable by an immediate fine. If I find out that you're stuck in the building and you're interfering with the fire department by not leaving, I will arrest you.
I remember I just fell asleep, and then all of a sudden I just heard I had no idea what it was. I just heard this loud screeching sound, and I remember getting up and I was dizzy because it was so loud, and yeah, I had no idea what was happening. So I just jumped out of bed and.
What was it?
It It was a fire alarm.
The rumor is that someone left a Hot Pocket in the microwave too long.
Apparently somebody was cooking Hot Pockets in the microwave, and the microwave like exploded or something.
It was noodles. It was not Hot Pockets. I did eat a Hot Pocket too, though. Hopefully that'll be forgotten.
What we have at Maverick Showtime are games throughout the course of the week, but on Wednesday night, it certainly is showtime. The best 42 rising sophomores are on the field at one time, and then after that, we have the best rising juniors on the field at one time. We pick 42 kids in each class, and I'd like to say they're the best of the best, but this is just an event that I think really shows the kids who came to this event and brought their A game.
This all-star meeting, it's all about the performance over the last 3 days. That's all that matters.
I don't care where you're committed. I don't care where you might commit. I don't care where you're from. I know the coaches do an incredible job of identifying who the best of the best are. It's just these 3 days that you're going to be evaluated on.
You pick the 3 best that you feel need to be on the all-star team. After we get those done, that's going to be 24 players. Then we have 20 players that you guys can put up on the big board here, and then we can fill in the empty spots of what we need with that surplus of 20 players.
Number 27, Alex Tappan, and number 119, Liddy.
Is he 119?
Yeah.
Is that number 1?
Number 1?
173. 4. 95. 118. Okay. 118. 295. 83. 183. 25, 41, 17. 52. 17 belongs.
I think you should be on the block.
4 or 5 more guys at least, so we can see what positions we're still fighting for.
What's left? We have 5 spots left.
There's a couple more guys.
Those 4 guys in the middle right now are still out there? These have to be true attack or true midfield. We're going to see, like Spence said, what we need and where they're going. What number? 55. He's slick as hell. He's cold from Harvard. He's probably like the midi. Attack.
Put Riley at attack, and there's a midi that deserves. Put the midi in the game.
We got him attack because he played in high school. If you want to go attack, 55. Better attackman than 121.
They're like identical kids.
55. There's no more numbers that are going up.
Discussion's over, right? He's in.
This is a fun event. I mean, as much as there's stress and there's so much put on these kids, we do an outstanding job of keeping it light, having kids laugh, have fun, meet friends. But the all-star selection process is the one area that I feel like is a little bit of a downer because I see the reaction on some of these kids' faces when they don't make it.
I've been thinking about that all summer. Maverick Showtime All-Star Game.
If I made that All-Star Game, that's really what I've been thinking about all year. I'd obviously love to be in the All-Star Game.
Making the All-Star Game would be really big. I get to play in front of every coach again.
This is what I worked for. The essence of the game. It's the coolest thing.
It'd be cool. My friends would be in the stands all jealous. I'd definitely rub it in their face.
It would be awesome. It would be a great feeling.
That's the goal, being here.
10+ years of work just paying off for that one game, that one moment.
Where there's success, there's failure.
I made it. I didn't make it.
It's crazy. It's probably one of the greatest moments of my life.
It's alright, I didn't make the All-Star team, but it's not what I'm here for, so it's cool.
It'd be cool to be on this like Showtime teams that go home back to your friends, but bragging rights isn't anything to get like sad over. So that's what's up.
I made the All-Star game.
97, Nigel.
Nigel? That's a mid, right?
Yeah.
How you feeling? Feeling pretty good. Yeah, excited.
Yeah, I made it.
Nice. You stoked?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm happy. Very happy.
Yeah, I heard he made the All-Star team. That's great news. Oh, I'm very happy for him. You know, he deserves it.
In my opinion, the best all-around face-off guy here, 96, Richie Bledsoe.
96? I think he played the most dominant player here.
Good.
Yeah. He's the most dominant player.
This is my brother. Yeah, so.
How you doing?
I mean, I'll let you know what I do after the game, alright? Alright, thanks, dude.
Did you check the All-Star listing?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You're in it too?
Yeah, I'm a goalie. I'll be on the other team.
So,
We're playing against each other.
I'll try to at least put one in on him, you know?
Yeah.
So, see how it goes.
Who played better at Cambridge than you guys?
He scored on me once. So.
I did score on him once. So. That's the first thing. When he talked to his mom, he's like, did she score on you? Like, not how you did. Did she score on you?
Yeah. What did you say?
I was like, yeah, you got one.
4, Cole Willard 5, Henry Adams 6, Gerard RC 7, Christopher Firstberg.
Dude, they could have some sick. I don't know, we have to warm up.
Fellas, I want to take an opportunity to congratulate all you guys first and foremost. I think the effort for every team, for every kid here was amazing. It's hot out here. It's competitive. We have the best kids in the country fighting and trying to be the best players they can be. I said to you the other day on Monday, whether you're committed, uncommitted, you think you have an inside track to go to a certain school, none of that should have mattered the entire week. None of it. Because the focus, the attention, and the mission is to be the best possible lacrosse player you can be. Playing in front of every single college coach in the country, it's gonna hurt. You guys are tired. You're on empty. You gotta push all those things aside and focus. When you go out there tonight, do you just play lacrosse, or do you play lacrosse with focus, desire, and heart?
Welcome to the Maverick Showtime Lacrosse All-Star Game. Number 10 from the Deerfield Academy, midfielder Nigel Andrews.
One, two, three, balls up! Keep movement inside!
Hey, big wings, big wings. Let's go. Let's get in there.
You're in. My side recovered. You're in. There it is. Nigel, work the ball around. Work the ball around. Outside check. Ball. Look at Nigel. Get Nigel. White ball. White ball.
Six.
We get to attack here that I think are Hey, Nigel, post up high. Nigel, 10 seconds, Nigel. Nice look, good teamwork.
Nigel Andrews from Deerfield Academy, the unassisted goal.
Next play. Good job, he's on the wing. Let's go, Maverick, let's go, boys. Head out. Right to Nigel.
Unassisted goal scored by number 10, his second of the game, Nigel Andrews from Deerfield Academy. From Bridgewater, Raritan, Richie Lenskol.
Hands up! We go! Blue on 3, 1, 2, 3!
Maverick, number 12, Richie Lenskol.
Shot! Keep one! Keep one!
Number 4, Simon Matthias from Richfield High School, assisted by number 12, Richie Lenskol.
One more coming on! There you go. There you go, Blue. There you go, Blue. Hey, Rich, let's go, man. Let's go.
For Team Maverick, Richie Lenskol. Number 12, Richie Lenskol.
Good job. Good job.
Team Maverick goal unassisted from Bridgewater, Raritan, Richie Lenskol.
I want to play D1 lacrosse. I just hope I impress coaches.
I decided I wanted to play college lacrosse probably 7th grade.
I have a dream occupation, like I want to be a pharmacist, so the best lacrosse school that has pharmacy, I'm down for that.
Coming in on downtown Philly right now. But there it is. We're only like 20 minutes away right now.
Actually 10.
10?
Yeah.
That's your guess?
No, it's on navigation.
Here it goes.
Every kid's life is going to change by the school they choose to go to, and lacrosse is obviously part of that equation. But I think generally the kids that make the decision that they're happiest with in the long term is the decision they make with the longest term view.
Hey, Coach? Yeah, no, I was just thinking about it. I'm definitely sure that this is the place I want to be, so I don't even feel like I need to sleep on it. I'm still here. I can't get enough of it, so. All right, Coach. I'll definitely talk to you soon, but yeah, I'm just so excited. Thank you.
I don't have one specific school, but I really want to go to a great academic school that's close to home.
Great game. Thank you.
Quaker, I'm really excited.